some information, sir?
No, I'm opposed to abortion, but I think what you guys are doing is really distasteful. I mean,
Why?
Well, we understand that war sometimes is necessary, but
Right.
we really don't want to see the pictures of war.
Right.
You know, we understand that it's wrong, it's sinful.
Should there be an urgency to it?
And you're creating the urgency how?
By exposing, by humanizing, by humanizing the babies that people want to say aren't babies.
Okay, but who are you humanizing too? The people who are opposed
Right.
or pro abortion, which we're opposed to.
Right.
Is that doing that to them, or is that just putting them off?
No,
Sometimes your message can be so extreme
it
that
can
people don't hear what you're saying.
Right, but it wouldn't matter if I had the signs or if I just came and preached the gospel. They hate the gospel. Okay,
No, they're not.
They hate
I
the
think a lot
gospel,
of it,
sir.
They're ignorant.
Right, but they still hate it. They hate God.
ignorant.
We're born hating God, and until we're born again, until we understand that the power of the gospel, then we'll never change. And so we want to humanize. We want to humanize the babies, right? We want to humanize them so they can't just say it's a clump of cells or it's tissue or it's something else.
And you know what these are? These are awesome.
Right.
That
Right.
one on the inside.
Oh, I've been avoiding putting those out for a purpose.
You know,
but
I hope you're not with the group that's with St. Joe's Church, because I love what you're doing on these signs. It's that one.
Right, but that's the problem is we start setting a standard for what we're doing, and God says, you know, in His Word, He says, expose the works of darkness. He says, expose them. How am I doing it with that?
And you're doing it.
Right.
And
But sometimes
the other one is just off-putting.
right. Sometimes it takes more.
You know what happens? But what happened is
What's that?
when that sign,
What's
people
that?
turn their head.
No.
This
No,
one,
they actually stop.
No,
People
they
just
don't.
laugh at this one.
I'm a Christian.
Right.
I'm for you, and
So-
that makes me ill.
Right. It makes me ill.
Okay.
So when
This
does it?
makes me-
So what do we do
this
about
makes
it?
me turn my head.
Right, but what do we
This
do
makes
about
me
it?
Say, oh, guys, what are you doing?
So you're a
this-
Christian. You're born again, right?
Absolutely.
So what do we do about abortion?
exactly what you're doing.
Doing what?
You're getting the word out. You're making it more than just a glop of yuck.
Right. So I drive by Planned Parenthood every day, twice a day, and I don't see any Christians out there. So what are we doing as Christians?
We don't have Planned Parenthood in our town.
No, it's in Eugene.
Right, we don't have it in our
Right.
town. So I'm not going to Eugene.
Why not?
Because I'm gonna.
So do you think God is? Do you think God is okay with this?
No.
So what are we going to do about it? You think He's going to just judge the people that do it, or is He going to judge the church first? Because
Absolutely.
we refuse to stand up for justice and mercy.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. And I hope you hear what I'm saying. It's not your message. I agree with your message. I do.
Right.
I love the way you're doing it here, and I appreciate you're hiding that other one.
Well,
but if you're part of that St. Joseph group, it's really turning off local people.
What I don't know about a St. Joseph group.
It's the things that they're putting out there every week is really
right. But if we don't expose what's going on, and sometimes it takes gruesome pictures. When Jesus Christ was hung on a cross, it wasn't. God could have killed him in any way. He could have taken him in the back room and cut his head off, just like right. But no, that's
the gospel.
Right, but that's the point. Is
we're going to agree to disagree.
Right, and that's fine. But I would implore you, I would plead with you to not just have a moral opinion about that this is wrong, but actually stand up and do something about it. Because to be a Christian means to be an abolitionist.
Oh, absolutely.
It means to be an abolitionist.
Absolutely.
At no point ever is it okay to kill children. And it's not just having a moral opinion where you sit in church and you might raise your hands and say, you know, I worship a God. He's going to ask you one day, what are you going to do about it?
So what have I done?
That's what I'm asking you. I asked you what you've done. No, I've asked you.
No, you haven't asked me one time.
Yeah, I did earlier. I said, what do you do about it?
All you've told me is what it isn't.
Right, but
you didn't even ask me what I've done.
I asked you earlier. Okay, if you didn't hear me,
you're very condescending.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to empower you to stand up as a Christian and do what's right, and you're choosing not to and walk away in disgust.